Pakistan is between a rock and a hard place. And it is all due to the extreme over cleverness of one individual who has overreached himself and is now creating severe problems for Pakistan. Let me explain. Asim Munir suddenly decided that the Chinese weapons were useless, and he, like most Pakistani generals, had nostalgic memories of the time when America had laid out the top of the line weapons free for Pakistan on demand. The latest pattern, Sabre jets, F-104 starfighters, etc. He wanted to get back to that era. Most Pakistani generals like to settle down in the United States or the United Kingdom after their tenures. And it is for your information that Asim Munir's family, the wife and 3 children, have already gotten their US citizenship. Asim Munir is keeping his options well oiled. He knows that his own stupid antics have put his country, home country, in dire trouble. Like a rat, he is preparing to flee this ship. And to that extent, he has been ingratiating himself to the Americans. Let me elucidate. China has given about $90 billion plus of loans to Pakistan. China has also invested about $30 to $40 billion in the China-Pakistan economic corridor. It had a lot more to invest, which it has put on hold for very good reasons. 80% of all the weapons and equipment in the Pakistan Army, Navy, Air Force is of Chinese origin. Now China takes all this, and Asim Munir makes one adroit leap straight into the lap of Donald J. Trump, Jr. One leap, and he has ditched his closest ally, higher than the mountains, deeper than the seas, ironclad relationship, etc., etc., all be damned. He has left China high and dry and made an adroit shift towards the United States of America, because he sees his own nest being feathered post-retirement in the United States, or whenever Pakistan gets too hot to handle, too hot to live in, he's got his exit plans put in place. The family is already in the United States. That is the level of confidence this man has in his own shenanigans. China is quite obviously very, very upset. What Asim Munir forgot in his hurry to jump into the lap of Donald Trump was Henry Kissinger's very sage advice. It is dangerous to be an enemy of the United States, but it is fatal to be its friend. Donald Trump has embraced Pakistan as the most warm bosom friend ever, a friend that Donald Trump hopes will help America to sort out Russia, China, India, all put together. One superpower that America has set its eyes on is Pakistan. And this embrace is extremely dangerous. The first thing he is being asked to deliver is the Bagram Airbase. The Bagram Airbase, incidentally, was not built by the Americans. It was built by the Soviets. It is one of the largest air bases in the world, and the Americans had made it into a city as such, complete with its bars and McDonald's and pistas and what have you, so that the Americans could live there in comfort and from there operate all over Afghanistan, right? It was Joe Biden who had decided that he wanted to tilt, or he wanted to pivot from Asia back to Europe. He felt that it was not China but Russia which was the main threat, and he therefore wanted to destroy Russia. Towards that end, he had given orders to the American armed forces to get the hell out of Afghanistan. And he felt that the American generals had taken his predecessor Obama for a ride. And he said, they don't F around with me. He called General Miley and gave him the orders to get the hell out of Afghanistan, and Miley went overboard in trying to comply. American troops were pulled out before American citizens, American civilians, creating a tamasha for the rest of the world to watch. Pakistan chose that time to stab America in the back, nice and proper. And it went into bed with the Taliban, and it enhanced the speed of the Taliban's advance. The entire edifice of the Afghan army, which was supposed to hang on for at least 6 months, collapsed overnight because of this Pakistani pressure jointly put by Pakistan army and the Taliban, and America was made a spectacle of in front of the whole world. They came out of Afghanistan in such a tearing hurry just so that they could focus on the war with Russia. 3.5 years down the line, that war with Russia has been a disaster, especially for Ukraine, especially for Europe, especially for Ukraine and Europe. It is the European economy which has totally collapsed, right? Therefore, now America suddenly wants to reinsert itself back into Russia's and China's backyard in Afghanistan. After the kind of chaotic withdrawal, if they still have a hope, I will have to give them 110 marks for sheer optimism. They still have a hope of getting back into Afghanistan. It is amazing. And what has Donald Trump done? He's whistled up Asim Munir, his latest pet poodle, and he's given him the task, get me back to Bagram. What can Pakistan do? Pakistan had bombed 2 Afghan villages, when the Taliban got tough with it on the border, when there were border clashes, including firing of small arms and artillery. America, just like America, Pakistan did a very grandiloquent gesture, and it bombed 2 Afghan villages, killed 52 Afghan women and children. It has been trying to drive the Afghan refugees out after the army has looted them of their jewelry, of their belongings, right? It has now trying to fence the Durand line, and no self-respecting government in Kabul will ever accept that. That is precisely what Pakistan is up to. The Pakistanis have created a severe problem for themselves. The Afghan foreign minister is today in New Delhi. He's met our foreign minister. He is going to meet or is in a meeting with the National Security Advisor. Right? Russia, China, Afghanistan, and even Pakistan, for the record, has said they don't want America back in Bagram. But that is what Pakistan has been asked to facilitate. But Pakistan's problem would have been quite simple. It was just that. He went hawking. In the last 3 months, Asim Munir had made 3 trips to America. In the last trip, He went along with his butler, Shehbaz Sharif, who was there to add on the smiles and charm, and Asim Munir carried along with him a suitcase full of, no, not bribes and notes, but suitcase full of so-called rare earth. Rare earth, he must understand, are rare because they are very difficult to extract. So just throwing a few stones around will not really work. Asim Munir is trying to take Donald Trump for a royal ride. No, the American Geological Survey has not found a trace of rare earths in Pakistan, especially in Baluchistan. Not a drop of oil has the Exxon found there. And yet, I mean, it is to the credit of this self-anointed trader-in-chief of Pakistan, the failed army chief, suddenly realized he has a talent for trading. And no wonder he's been hawking around with that box of rare earth, etc., to Donald Trump's office, in and out of that office. He has been told in no uncertain terms, and listen to this, you, Pakistan, will provide a crore worth of troops, part for Saudi Arabia to defend Saudi Arabia, but the bulk of that corps will go to disarm the Hamas in Gaza, so that Donald Trump and his sons can build a Riviera there, a real estate, the likes of which has not been seen by anybody. Yes, he wanted the entire Palestinian population to be deported to Egypt. Egypt refused flatly to accept even one Palestinian. So now it has been decided they'll stay in situ. There will be a government place there which is of technocratic Palestinians from the PLO, and Israel will do phased withdrawals. It will not withdraw completely from the Gaza Strip, so that Pakistan could do the same game that it did with the Americans in Afghanistan. Play the Taliban and the ISIS against the Americans. Play footsie. Play a double game. Israel will be watching its back. So Pakistan cannot dare to try anything ridiculous, right? It will have to disarm the Hamas. It will have to crush the Palestinians. There is precedent. People haven't asked Pakistan to do this just for no rhyme or reason. Ziaul Haq was a brigade commander in Jordan when the king of Jordan asked him to sort out the Palestinian. This man started a genocide against the Palestinians, killed about 20 to 30,000 Palestinians and drove them out of Jordan into Lebanon. The Pakistan army generals will now be asked to repeat that performance in Gaza. Which corps will Pakistan take out? Which corps can Pakistan take out? 11 corps? 12 corps? 11 corps bogged down in Peshawar, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 12 corps deeply bogged down in Baluchistan and Sindh, right? Which corps can it take out? Will it send one of its strike corps to the Gaza Strip? And then you are talking of destroying India. You are talking of reviving terrorism in India. You are shifting your terror camps to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in the fond hope that they will be out of reach. It's not for nothing that Rajnath Singh, the Indian Defence Minister, has openly threatened Pakistan. Do not try and create problems in Sir Creek. The way to Karachi lies through Sir Creek. The Air Force Chief has just shown you that we have had you for dinner and the next time we will have you for breakfast. All your air bases, all your terror camps, right? The army chief has gone the furthest to tell Pakistan that should it try another terror strike against India, it will have its history and geography transformed in a most tragic manner for Pakistan. Operation Sindoor is still on. In Operation Sindoor 1.0, we had held back our hand because we only wanted to teach Pakistan a lesson to the extent that would deter it. Deterrence by punishment, coercion and compellence in terms of not launching any more terror actions against India. But this time, the way Pakistan is trying to make a nuisance of itself, the way Pakistan is trying to align with the United States to create problems in Bangladesh, to create problems in India's northeast, to create problems in Nepal, in Sri Lanka. Pakistan is asking for it. I think the time has come for India to repeat 1971, because the threat that India is facing today is from multiple directions, all directions, and Pakistan is the primary destabilizing agent trying to align itself with every hostile power, with America, with China, with Turkey, with the Arab states, so that it can destabilize and destroy India. In the process, Pakistan will destroy itself. Pakistan is in a serious overreach which will cost it very dear. It is India's bounden duty to secure its nation, and the only way to do that is by dismembering a threat called Pakistan. As long as Pakistan exists, it will continue to create trouble for India. It will seek alliance structures to discomfit India in any and every way possible. It's about time that Pakistan is paid back in its own coin. We would like to see which corps Pakistan sends out to Gaza to obey the instructions of Donald J. Trump. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.